Hello and welcome to Get Connected, a podcast where you will get connected with yourself, get connected with me, rediscover your purpose, or if you feel that you already have found your purpose, how to get a little bit more, or how to feel a little bit more self-fulfilled within that purpose and stay true to yourself and stay grounded. Let's dive in since this is episode number 1, and let me tell you a little bit more about myself. As I said, my name is Christina. I am a Gemini. Love working out. Working out is my therapy. I'm a manager of a sales administration team at a health insurance agency. We have about a little bit over 200 independently contracted agents across South Florida and into Central Florida. I am a communications major. I love learning. I feel like I will always find some things just to continue learning. The world is ever changing, and in order to evolve, we should always stay learning. Yay, there's my philosophy. Yeah, I mean, I've had my ups and downs in life, as I'm sure everybody has. I'm not going to get into that, but ultimately, I just want to feel peaceful. I just want to be happy, and I just can't let anything or anyone get in the way of that. And hopefully, we can build a community of like-minded people here. On that note, let's take it back for a second to probably approximately March 2020, when everybody was kind of going into quarantine. Yeah, I'm laughing, but it wasn't funny. So the world was kind of shutting down because of the pandemic, and things were up in the air, and I think a lot of people struggled with purpose, with a lot of things, but it was very depressing not knowing where we were going with this thing. I live in Broward County, and my family is in Collier County, and so I was at Broward College at the time, and I was like, after they announced that we were going fully online, I'm like, let me just go on over to my family's house and post up there for a little bit. Who knows what's going to happen? And I spent a couple of months there. I wasn't working. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, but I was just a student full time. So in my downtime, I started watching tarot readings. I was raised, going to church and the whole nine, and I don't question that, and I appreciate the way that I was raised. Tarot was kind of like that's just not something that, it seemed like something that I shouldn't be doing. I felt a little bit guilty. I started watching a few different readings, and I was like, you know what? I don't think this seems like such a bad thing. And that's kind of how I got into interested in it. So I started noticing synchronicities with the world kind of like at a standstill, I feel like across the board, and I even saw videos on this, people posting that like the wildlife seemed a little bit more free. And I remember there was like this one day, my parents kind of live in the woods. I remember there was this one day where I looked up the back. It's kind of in the evening, the sun was about to set. We had like 2 deers. No, it was like 3 deers that had just like laid down, and like they just decided they were going to rest there for the night. And there were like 2 foxes. I don't know if were they foxes? Yeah. There were 2 foxes, a possum, like 3 raccoons, a bunch of birds, and a peacock. Don't ask me where the peacock came from. The peacock is a whole, like, I don't want to get into the peacock because I'll go off on a tangent, because I loved having that thing coming around. And it was there for a good, like, solid week. But anyway, so with that and all the synchronicities that I kind of like started noticing with numbers and just like reoccurring themes, I really started getting into kind of like spirituality a little bit. And ever since then, it's just been something that I really enjoy. So I've since bought a couple of tarot decks myself. I don't know how to read tarot, but I just find it really interesting and I'm open to it. And I have maybe 2 or 3 oracle decks, just random ones. With me today, I have a deck that I think I might use throughout this podcast for a little while. I may or may not pick up another deck, or it may just be open conversation. But I think a nice little activity for the first episode today would be maybe to pull a couple of cards. This specific deck is called Soul Truth Self-Awareness Card Deck, and it's a beautiful deck. Daily questions that will transform your life by, who is this? Britton Hovey? I don't think I'm saying that right. I'm going to shuffle these cards a little bit, and I'm going to pull one and just see like what question comes up. From there, full disclosure, I am not a tarot reader. I'm not an oracle card reader. Like, I am not an expert at this at all. I can barely manage shuffling these things. I'm not very good at it, but let's see if we can get one to pop out. I don't want to like be selective. That I don't know if you heard that, but that was like 10 cards that just fell out because I can't really hold these things in my hand properly. Okay, let's pick one. This card says, does my life have room for more pleasure and play? And I'm just going to read the back before I kind of dwell on that question and kind of give my own response. In what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Maybe in certain relationships or with work? Is it possible to shift the seriousness of life to experiencing a more creative, wild, and playful side of you? Today's soul action. What would happen if you added more play and laughter into your life? What area is lacking this right now? Take time to play. Let go of anything. Wait, take time to play. Let go of any need to produce anything. So, does my life have room for more pleasure and play? I want to say it should. It should, but like I said, I work a full-time job Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and I usually go to the gym about 5 times a week. I've been slacking a little bit lately. Not slacking, but see, that's the thing. I feel like I haven't had enough time. So do I have room for more pleasure and play? I mean, you gotta make room. Sometimes you just have to decide that it's time for a little fun. I mean, I do work 40 hours. I am taking 2 classes right now. The gym is just non-negotiable, honestly. Let's reflect on the questions from the back again. Let's see. In what area are you lacking pleasure right now? Like, am I happy with my job? Am I happy with working a 40-hour work week? Ideally, not really. I mean, I think in Europe, what is it in Europe? I think they work I think their weekends are longer than their work weeks. I think they might only work like 3 or 4 days a week, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna look that up and I'll post it here. Just as an example, I spent the entire day yesterday working on a project, and literally from the moment I woke up till about 5, when I was finally done, it was actually still daylight outside. I looked up what time the sun was going to set real fast, and I was like, okay, good, I have time to go to the park. But man, I hiked around and then I just sat there and watched the sun go down, and it was literally the most beautiful view. The birds were singing. It was actually not humid. It was nice and fresh out. Like, that makes me happy. I love being out in nature and just taking the time to ground myself. That's really so important, just to take that moment to feel grounded. It is possible. It is possible to make the time. If I hadn't been actually if I had not completed the project that I was working on, I still would have taken that break. And I guess maybe that's the lesson here. Like, you might perform better, like, intentionally take the time to do something for you to feel grounded, even though it may not seem like ideal. So yeah, I mean, what do you guys think? Should we take another card? Let me see if we should take another card. Let's see if one wants to pop out. Or if I shuffle it pretty badly here and... Oh, okay. One actually came out. I don't know if that's meant to be, or if I actually just can't shuffle these things. Name all the things you love. Are you one of them? Are you one of the things you love? I know I am. Honestly, I know I am. It may not have been that may have not been the case at one point, because I was making decisions that did not reflect that. But let me tell you, any decisions I make now, before I make any decisions now, I always ask myself if it is something that I'm happy with. But anyway, I don't think that really is directly related to the question here. I give myself all the love and attention I need. Yes, I do. I love myself. I love my family. I love nature. I love working out. I love eating. I love staying busy. I love that I have a job. Is it my most, do I feel self-fulfilled where I'm at right now? Probably not, but that's a work in progress. Why don't you take the time and write down the things that you love and dwell on it and think about it, and make sure that you put yourself on that list. Don't forget to love yourself. And I think we're going to wrap it up for today. Thanks for tuning in to Get Connected. Remember, stay grounded and stay connected with yourself. It's crucial. It's crucial to your well-being to really just take a moment to breathe and make sure that what you're doing is in your own best interest, always, always, always. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and connect with me on social media. Till next time.